Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you with 15 minutes of fame with another amazing guest. And this gentleman has got a bit of a checkered history. I better tell you a few stories, this man. Guys, if you want to be on 15 minutes of fame, feel free to reach out, guys. We'd love to know more about you and what you do. Think about it. It's $30,000 for a TV commercial, and they probably go and have a cup of coffee or go to the loo while your commercial's on. Get 10 radio spots in your city. That's going to set you back anything from $3,000 to $5,000. And once again, it might be on at 2 o'clock in the morning. Come on, 15 minutes of fame, and we promise we'll put you across all the different social media channels, including YouTube with all your social media links, and potentially get you in front of thousands of people all over the world. Right? So, guys, feel free to reach out. My next guest, I'm going to introduce him right now for you, is a gentleman by the name of Peter Ray. Peter is a brand ambassador. He's here in the Philippines, of all places, about an hour and a half from where I am. He's up in the what I call the sticks. I'm in the city. His company is called Boomering, and he'll tell you why that is, Incorporated. It's a BPO. He'll tell you what a BPO is in a minute too. He's been in the industry for 8 years. Boomering helps businesses build dedicated, high-quality offshore teams in the Philippines by connecting them with skilled, culturally aligned talents. That's very important, guys. We focus on long-term success by ensuring team members feel valued, supported, and committed to their roles. By prioritizing people over placements, we create strong and lasting relationships that drive business growth and stability. And that's so important in this day and age, guys. Reach out, have a chat to Peter. He's always up for a chat. Reach out, have a chat to him, find out what he can do for your business. You'd be amazed. Right, key achievements. Peter, the second word, boomerang, that must be a Filipino word, is it? What's the second word? What?
𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻.
Which means?
𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻. You don't know what 𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻 is, Jeff? How long have you been in the Philippines?
45 years.
The 𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻 spirit in the Philippines is all about communities coming together and helping each other. Awesome. Unselfishly supporting each other, especially during times of trouble. Because the word bayan is town or community.
Lovely.
Now, 45 years ago, I'm just going to slightly off track, 45 years ago when you first arrived, out in the proper sticks where the provinces are and the small bayans and everything is, they used to live in wooden nippers, wooden shelters up on sticks. Yeah. And the community would come together and help people move house. Not by packing up the house and all the belongings, but by the whole community getting together, lifting the house up off the sticks and then moving it somewhere else in the community.
That's pretty awesome.
So the 𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻 spirit is all about giving back, and that's what we named our community outreach project for Boomering 𝐷𝐢𝐿𝐴𝐻.
Love it. It's a multi-award winning and over 500 careers being built. Personal motto or philosophy: enriching clients and staff's lives with simple and smart offshoring solutions. And interesting fact about himself, it's very interesting, the story, we had a chat about it earlier. Some 2,500 scuba dives, and allegedly the capital of the world for scuba diving. Peter was telling me he's never scuba dived here. He's probably too involved with his work. But it's my great pleasure to welcome to the platform Mr. Peter Ray. How are you, Peter?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me, Jeff.
No, you're most welcome. Let's get the show underway. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue this current career path of yours. How did it all come about?
I left the UK when I was 20 years old on a scuba diving holiday in Egypt. Fell in love with it, decided I didn't want to live in an office for the rest of my life. Stayed in Egypt for the next 6-7 years. Went from dive master instructor, traveled the world doing that, moved into yachting, got married, bought a house in Belize. She didn't want to have children, got divorced, came back to the UK, 12 years ago, went into commercial shipping. In commercial shipping, you work a month, have a month off. In my month off, I decided I didn't want to live in the UK. I tried Thailand, didn't fit for me. Someone said, try the Philippines. Tried the Philippines, fell in love with it. On my second trip here, 10 years ago, I met Dean Pascoe, who's the founder and CEO of Boomering. We became very, very close and fast friends. 3.5 years ago, he gave me the opportunity to invest in the company. You know, it was post-COVID, things were really scaling and doing well. looking for investment. He said, would you like to? And I said, how much do you want and when do you want it? Because I didn't invest in Boomering back in that time. My investment was in Dean and my relationship with him. People always buy people. I don't care where AI takes us in the world or what happens. There will always be people on people relationships. And then 3 years ago, he said, look, I'd love you to come join the company and do the networking portion, be the brand ambassador, get the name out there, talk about what we're doing and drive the people part of the company and our business. Because I like to think we have two customers in Boomering. One customer is the client. Obviously, we all have clients as customers and we service them. Our other customer are the team members themselves. Without them, we would not be where we are now. We're proudly over 530 people, and that's 530 people providing security for their families and building their careers and benefiting the clients. So it's really a people message.
Absolutely. I've seen some of your parties on LinkedIn. They're really awesome.
They're amazing. Costly, but amazing.
Yeah. The Filipinos love to have fun, don't they? They know how.
Oh, my word. You know, this year was the third year-end party I attended. The previous 2 years, I didn't really make a huge effort.
Yes.
And I looked awful. So this year, I pushed the boat out, got myself a three-piece suit, the whole 9 yards. I still looked awful, but at least I tried.
Yeah, fantastic. Tell us, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work, Peter, and how have you overcome that?
The most challenging, I think in the very first beginning of it, networking was the biggest challenge. And I think the biggest mistake I made in networking, Jeff, was going out trying to represent Boomering. Huge mistake, huge, terrible mistake. When you go out networking, you need to show up as your pure, unadulterated, genuine self. Yeah, it goes back to that people buying people. So when I network now, I show up as Pedro, which is who I am. Yep. I have wonderful, genuine conversations. I'm honest, I'm fair, I'm consistent. De facto, if Pedro's like that, he wouldn't buy into a company that wasn't like that. So I immediately, by being this person, legitimize the company I'm an owner of. And that's how you develop and build a network. You don't sell your business, you go out and just have wonderful, genuine relationships with people. And I firmly believe, I switched my messaging 18 months ago. Don't go out there looking for business, go out there to help others, help with their business by connecting them with others, because what you put out in the world comes back to you tenfold.
Absolutely, I agree with that fully. Tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction. Where'd that all come about?
Meeting Dean.
Yeah,
you know, that was. I didn't see it coming on the horizon, but meeting Dean was a huge change. I was having a very difficult period in my life, and Dean's always been there for me.
Fantastic.
You know, he's one of those people. We go out every week and we catch up. We don't have our phones on. The phones stay in the pocket. And we just talk about anything we want to. It doesn't have to be business, but anything without judgment. He knows more about me than any person on this planet. Awesome. So I think meeting Dean was a huge direction change in my life. It led to me investing in Boomering. It's led to me living here full time for the past 3 years. It's led to me watching over 530 people grow and develop within the company. I've got a beautiful girlfriend. I've got a wonderful 8-year-old daughter who we're working hard now with lawyers that I can adopt as my own. And I have a beautiful 19-month-old daughter who's biologically mine. And I'm 55 years old. And I remember 2 years ago, Jeff, thinking, I would have made a great dad. I would have made a great dad. Shame I never got the opportunity. Don't fool yourself. There's opportunity around every corner. Here I am now, a very, very proud dad, and I think I'm actually rather good at it because I love it.
Yeah, well, you put the time in. That's the other thing too. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have helped contribute to your success over the years, Peter?
The two main ones I think about I'm very candid. Some people call it blunt, but I put things out there as they are. I'm not afraid to be there in a conversation, talking with someone, and go, "No, I don't understand what you mean."
Yeah.
And the second part is an inquisitive mind. If you want to learn about people, and if you want to network, and especially when you're exploring partnerships with people, be inquisitive and interested.
Yes.
There's nothing worse if you've left a conversation with someone gone, "I've got no idea what they do." You haven't done yourself a favor.
Yes.
And you've been disrespectful to the person you've been talking to.
Wasted.
It's not rude. One of the most respectful things you can do is like, "No, I don't understand. Break that down for me."
Right.
Because the biggest problem we have as experts in our space is we forget to dumb it down to the audience we're speaking to. We speak at them, not with them.
I've got a saying for you. You're going to use the rest of your life. Are you ready?
Go on.
Don't talk butterfly language to a caterpillar.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it's vitally true, especially, when I first started out, I had huge success because I didn't know a lot about offshoring.
Yes.
So it was easy to have those conversations. Now I'm hugely inexperienced 3 years later, and I need to remember, if I'm having a conversation with a person who's never offshored before, I need to put myself in them shoes.
Yeah, you do.
I need to step out of my own into theirs so I can relate to what I'm telling them.
Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field like you've been doing?
Family is very important.
Yes.
AI is on the scenes, not going away. Don't be scared.
Yep.
You can't do the whole ostrich head in the sand, hoping it'll pass you by. AI is going to touch every aspect of every person's life on this planet.
That's
so
right.
You need to not be scared, jump on board and embrace it. And one of my secret sources, I always unplug at the weekend.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I work hard during the week, but at the weekend, if you're trying to email me and message me, you're not going to get a response. If it's urgent, pick up the phone and call me. I will always answer my phone, but I'm not replying to messages. I don't even have my email on my phone for work anymore. It's gone. I only look at it on a laptop.
I tell people, you've probably seen my post on LinkedIn, banks don't work weekend, so why do you? Right? You can't get your back Monday to Friday, guys. That's what you've got to expect. And I tell people too in business, I'll reply in 24 hours. I expect the same from you, because if you don't reply in 24 hours, you're not in business. But I'm talking about business hours, guys, Monday to Friday. All right? Tell us about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of, please, Peter.
Boomering by 𝐏𝐻𝐭, for sure. That's our outreach, our community outreach program. We decided to step just a small step into those waters. If you try and think too big and too grand, things never happen. So we talked with one of our leadership team, Alison, who's the head of our recruitment department at Boomering. She knew there was an orphanage up in Mabalacat that was partnering with another company, but they weren't doing everything for the orphanage. So we jumped in and said, "Oh, if they're not doing everything that you need, can we fulfill the other half?" And they said that would be wonderful. So we put a budget aside, we helped fulfill the other half of that, and then hopefully we can start doing bigger and bigger and bigger projects, more and more projects. In the next 3 years, I would love to see it as a standalone non-profit organisation, which is staffed by us and is out there in the world doing wonderful things.
Fantastic! What a good mission to have. Tell me, there's a group up there that go out and give kids bananas and apples and on a regular basis. Are they still? I don't see them much online these days. Are they still around?
No, there's lots of people who do different things. There's a few motorcycle clubs over here in the Philippines, and everyone thinks Hell's Angels. Oh my God, that's horrible. No, you've got some people. You got one of them do feedings for malnutrition kids at schools.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Another one goes out into communities and dig wells so they have fresh water. And it doesn't cost a lot of money, Jeff.
Yeah.
For a very small commitment, you can do a lot of good. And what's hugely important to me, Don't go out there telling people what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Go out there saying, I'd love to help. What would you like me to partner with you and to do?
Yeah.
And make it a sustainable project. We don't want to be a US Army that pitches up, builds a load of tents, brings a load of doctors, and then 2 years later they all disappear and the locals go, great, we've got all these tents, all this medical equipment, and we've got no idea what to do with it. That is unsustainable.
Yeah.
You need to make it sustainable.
I got to tell you a Filipino joke. You'll laugh. There's one about you'll like it. Teach a man, give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, you'll feed him for the rest of his life. And I say, give a Filipino a fishing rod, and as soon as you leave, you'll sell it.
Oh, well, that's the whole point. So maybe ask the Filipino, what would you like?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
you know, and it's like, and again, we don't like to think of it as charity, Jeff.
That's right.
We like to think of it as opportunity.
Yeah, correct.
Giving the opportunity for these people to shine and have the chance to advance in life.
Yeah.
You know, the kids at the orphanage, it's not just an orphanage, it's also abused children.
Yeah.
I want to be getting their CVs in 15 years' time. Come on, apply for a job. I want to make sure you've had every chance in life to succeed and come apply for a great job.
Yeah, isn't it funny, Pete? You walk down the street and you see kids with a leg missing or, broken teeth or whatever, and they're smiling. You go to the States and they're looking so miserable. They've got 3 TVs and one of their TVs is broken. I think they've got a problem. These
that's
are resourceful.
No, that's a much longer conversation, I think, on that one.
Yeah, but
we're way too tied. We're way too tied to money in Western world.
Absolutely. I notice it more and more as I get older. I notice it more and more. Tell me, what advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your amazing footsteps?
Oh, good Lord. Embrace change, I think. I've never been afraid of change, even huge monumental change.
Yes.
Moving to Egypt and going, right, I'm not going back to my job in the UK. I'll send them an email and stay there. If you're really doing something you're passionate about and you love, embrace it. Jump in with both feet. Nietzsche said change is psychological loss, which is true, but psychological loss doesn't have to be negative.
Right.
If you're a family living in a small house and you want to have kids, you sell that house, move into a big house. The big house has everything you need and the kids love it. It's a positive change. You're going to miss the memories from the old house. They're intrinsic to your being.
Absolutely.
But the change is good. It's still loss, psychological loss, but the change is good. So always embrace change and don't have rigid thinking. When opportunity presents, be prepared to jump on it. And if you're walking down the wrong street, don't be afraid to go, oh, that's a dead end. I've walked down the wrong street. Turn around, back up, try a new street.
Absolutely.
Don't reach for a sledgehammer, try and smash through the wall. You're not going anywhere.
Love your take on that, Pete. Love it. Tell me, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future?
Goals and aspirations for the future. I talked about Boomering Bionier, and I'd love to see it on its own. I'd love to see Boomering grow and help more careers. I would love to see financial security for my family.
Right.
It's never been in my head to be a rich man financially. And I think traveling around the world and being away from Western culture, I don't want to be a billionaire. I don't necessarily want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I want to be able to provide a secure, safe, and opportunistic future for my family. And there's no dollar figure on that per se. I think that's the best way to look at it.
Call it Mr. Big Enough. I've had the cars, the big houses, the whole lot.
I like that.
Yeah, I lost a lot during COVID. Quick story, guys. I went to the supermarket with my black Amex and it wouldn't go through. I said, I'll give it back here. I wiped it off. See, try again. Didn't go through. I wasn't worried. I had 5 more cards backing it up. What I didn't know, So I closed my business. Amex thought they didn't trust me anymore, even though I gave them $30,000 a month for about 20 years. They closed me down. The banks who watch Amex thought, if they don't like him, we don't like him either. No one told me Dickie Bird. They all closed me down. I was up here in the Philippines with a pen in my hand, and I couldn't buy my groceries. So there you go, guys. So be Mr. Big Enough. And Peter and I, we haven't got a job. We've got a passion. And guys, if you can find your passion, you're laughing. That's when it becomes fun. And work should be fun. Right. Tell me, looking ahead, Pete, what's the best way that people can find out more about you when they're listening or watching this show? What's the best way to connect with you?
Best way to connect. Look, check us out online. Our website is www.boomering.ph, or check me out on LinkedIn. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a wonderful networking tool and opportunity. So reach out to me there as well. I'm always happy to have a conversation. If I can't help you, I guarantee there's someone in my network who can.
I love that. You're a great networker, I know that. Before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself, apart from the diving story. Tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Oh my Lord. And it can't be the same dive. Can it still be diving orientated or not?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I celebrated the year 2000 in Egypt at 28 meters underwater, drinking champagne with my girlfriend at midnight.
Wow, how awesome is that? What did you do that in a plastic bubble or something? What were you doing? How'd you do that?
No, it's very simple. You take the bottle of champagne down with you, you get down to 28 meters, you kneel down on the sand, let all the air out of your BCD so you stay there, crack the champagne and just put your thumb over the top.
Right, and away you go.
And then make sure your lungs aren't full, so you breathe out, take the regulator out, glug, 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 back in again.
Sounds good.
Job done.
Sounds good.
But it wasn't a big Magnum. Oh, okay, it was just one of the smaller ones.
Fair enough. Tell me, do you, so people watching and knowing, do you ever run tours or anything, Peter? How do people reach out? Can they come and see your business, or what's the story there?
No, we don't do tours, but we're more than happy to tour people around our facilities. So we've got 2 large offices up here in Angeles City.
Yes.
Yeah, just reach out. There's a website there. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn. If you find yourself in the Philippines, we've got a Boomerang van. I'd love to come pick you up. We'll bring you up here, give you a tour of the offices, have some lovely lunch, have a chat, see you on your way.
What are you about, Peter? You're about, I'd say, 2 hours from the airport, give or take?
Yeah, if you've got decent traffic, we can pick you up in Manila and you can be in our offices in 2 hours. Yeah. Especially now they've got the Skyway. That's made life so much easier in Manila. Yeah,
guys, and don't believe what you hear, guys. You can't drink the water, you can't eat the bread. Let me tell you, guys, I'm in a very luxurious area of the Philippines. Downstairs, I can get tomahawk steaks, Vegemite, what else? The best cheeses, the best wines in the world. Only thing is they cost money, and that's what you work for, guys. But you can get, and Peter will tell you, get the best of the best here. You even get Aussie pies, which I love, fish and chips. Get the whole lot, guys. There's nothing you can't get here in the Philippines. So don't be worried, guys. Come over and meet me, or come and meet Peter. And if you're looking for some wonderful offshoring, well, you know who to come to. Peter's your man. All right. Thanks for being on the show today, Peter. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much, Jeff. It's been a pleasure.